So
Okay,
now,
so
do you have like intro music or anything for this?
I have not thought that far ahead at
Or are
all.
you
This is
just
all
gonna like
really,
grab a microphone and be like, do 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 do? This is old
this is
men yelling at podcasts.
this will be the very definition of unprofessional.
Nice, excellent.
They will need to update the dictionary after this podcast.
That's good stuff.
First of all, let me say hello to whoever's not listening to this and
Both of you.
introduce you. Yes, basically, Kevin, who will be listening to this by himself in his room later tonight. Um, and I also realized that we are actually recording this as 2018 wraps up. So even though technically this will be the hottest new podcast launched in 2019, it probably will mostly contain whining and complaining about 2018. So enjoy that. It is called Old Men, excuse me, since there are numerous old men, yells at podcasts. Old men yell at podcasts. I'm gonna just let everyone sort of introduce themselves, and by everyone I mean one other person, because a third of our team is just missing as usual.
MIA, yes.
Yes,
Yes. He'll catch up with this in about a week, and he'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know we were recording the podcast because I was 100 polos behind."
yes. That is. Oh, nobody knows what polos are.
Oh,
Marco Polos, a video messaging app that we happen to use to communicate with each other. Because why just submit evidence that can be used against us later in text form when you can have video to accompany it as well?
exactly. All the best to use in a court of law.
Exactly. But anyway, so I'm Mike, and I'm pretty sure everyone has their own separate reasons why we decided to do this. Mine happens to be, um, well, okay, so I consider myself to be, let's see, a person who is selective about their choices when it comes to everything. But according to apparently most of my friends and family, I just happen to be an old, cranky, cynical guy that just hates and complains about everything. So
Really, I hadn't noticed.
Thank you. See? Thank you, one person. And so eventually, after years of trying to explain angrily on the internet that I'm not angry, I just said, you know what, screw it. I'll just own it, and I am going to be even more vocal about it. So that's my excuse for being here. The other is that I think, as I have mentioned elsewhere, starting a podcast with your friends is kind of like the modern version of starting a high school band. Everyone just has one, so I figured, hey, why not? I was never in a band in high school, but now I'm finally cool enough to have my own podcast. Um, and I know those things aren't exactly, they're not kind of the same. Like you're never gonna play a cool podcast at your friend's house. No one's lining up outside to buy your podcast CD, but this is about as close as I can come to that experience. So
Are
that's
you
my,
hoping to get laid because you have your own podcast?
yeah, I mean, if this doesn't convince my wife to do it, I don't think anything will. So that's my little introduction, and I think there's somebody else there who possibly wants to get a word in at some point. So I'm gonna stop talking and let my buddy here say a few words.
Hey, yes, you could call me Jerry. And Skippy over there, he likes to go by
Mike,
Mike, but we call him Skippy.
as
Yeah,
of 5 minutes ago.
yes, yes. Well, Skippy here said, "Hey, do you want to do a podcast? It'll bring us fame and fortune and free mattresses." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So, yeah, that's it. I'm doing it for to support a friend, for shits and giggles, and the fame and the glory. So, um, yeah, hopefully, we'll have a legacy to show our kids in 20 years or something in a
Oh, I'm
post-apocalyptic
I,
world
I'm
of.
never letting my children listen to this. I mean, assuming I'll have some at some point. Who
Well,
knows?
I figure in 20 years they'll discover it, after we've been buried in some desert and I don't know, after
After my children
whatever.
have disowned me for
Yeah,
a variety of reasons, yeah, I can see
exactly.
that
Good.
happening.
So, should we just have like a little blank space where we could edit Kevin in later on when he finally realizes that he was supposed to be a part of this and
No,
is like, oh shit.
okay, until I'm convinced that Kevin is still alive, which there's very faint evidence that that's still the case. No, I'm not gonna. Let's just say that he's busy because he's a responsible parent and husband, and he's with his family on the holidays, as opposed to drinking and complaining about nonsense on the internet with with people that he's not related to.
Oh, okay. We might have to wrap this up a little bit early because I still have to run to the hardware store and get the shovel and the lye and everything to cover up the body that's in
That's
Kevin's.
adorable that you still. Okay, you need to. I recommend two things. First of all, watch Snatch, because that will explain to you. That's a movie that'll make it very clear how to dispose of a body using
Oh, good.
a nearby farm of pigs. Or,
Nice.
for God's sakes, finally watch Breaking Bad, because apparently all you have to do is just chop a body into a couple of pieces and shove them into acid, and all your problems go away.
Well, my wife, she
That's
can
a
get
horrible segue.
she could get dermestid beetles, which are they're flesh-eating beetles, and
Wait, what are they called?
dermestid beetles
Dermest?
and dermestid.
Okay, all right.
And they basically like we have time lapses of these eating dead rats. You basically throw a bunch of them on whatever body or you want, and they lay their larva in the decaying flesh, and the little beetle babies come out and eat the flesh, and the circle of life goes on until all you have is clean white bones.
Okay, before you say anything more, I did mention this is being recorded, right? Like, you saw the little, like,
Is that? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what that little icon was in the corner.
yes, that
Gotcha.
blinking red light means you're probably gonna go to jail.
Oh,
So,
okay. Good
yeah,
times.
until Kevin turns up, we'll
Okay.
have a place. It'll just be a little assumed placeholder for him.
There
So,
are websites where you could just hire actors to play parts, right? For anything. So I could just hire someone to play Kevin.
yeah, I mean, if this thing really takes off, we can probably sell off some of the mattresses and buy some real talent for this thing. I mean, how many mattresses do you need?
I mean, probably like 2.5. Like two queens and a twin. It would be fine.
Yeah. Um, by the way, I completely forgot. Jerry, are you drinking anything?
Uh, you know,
Oh no.
yes, I am. I am.
Oh,
I
good.
had
I was
I
worried
had a
about
rum and coke, which is now depleted because someone took too long to start up the recording, and
Kevin. Goddamn Kevin.
yeah, I know, him and his head lice. And I'm also drinking some apple cider and caramel vodka, and it basically tastes like a liquid caramel apple.
Wait,
So.
are those all, hold on. So you're drinking, are you double fisting, or are
No,
you
no, no. I brought up two drinks because I figured we'd be recording this for a while, and I'd go through one drink and then I'd have to be able to move on to the other. But the rum and coke was gone before the podcast started because you took so long. Maybe you
Kevin?
just.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know Kevin. Yes, yeah, yes.
Oh, okay, yes, and sure,
I like
Kevin.
how we were both very responsible. I brought a glass and the remainder of the bottle with me, also in anticipation of needing refills. And yeah, see,
Well,
this is what
I'm
adult life
already.
is all about.
Yes, I'm already running out though because Kevin took too long.
Oh,
So.
well, that's okay. Drinking too much is also a very healthy part of adult life, so that's
Yes,
understandable.
exactly.
I am still okay. So I am still working on these Hennessy's that I have. Basically, we people gave us some gifts a while ago, various liquors, and they gave us these, like, I'm trying to see how many. They're 375 milliliter bottles of Hennessy. We have a few of them, and I think I'm
75, so they're just like little tiny.
375.
Oh,
375.
three. Oh, okay. 375 milliliter. I thought you said you had three
Oh,
75 milliliter bottle. I got you.
no, no, no. Those would have been gone the day that they were given to us.
Well, that's
This
what I
I've somehow
was.
milked for I don't even know how long, but I think I'm finally finishing off the last bottle. Also, I am completely out of scotch and whiskey, so my entire life supply of alcohol is dangerously low, which
Oh,
is
that,
not a good place to be.
that's sad.
And
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and the liquor store's open today, I think, but instead I'm doing this. and then tomorrow it's going to be closed, and then so I have to survive till Wednesday on only 20 different varieties of booze. This is terrible,
Wow.
and a fridge full of beer. This is
I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. I, on the other hand, have several bottles of good quality whiskey, Scotch, bourbon, whatever. I mean, I've gotten a few gifts of good stuff, and if you came by, you'd be able to partake. But I don't see that happening in the next 8 months.
yeah, no, sorry. There's just a few miles between us. Actually, where? So you're now all the way up in Rochester, right?
Yes.
Okay, and for those listening, I happen to be in North Carolina, so not exactly a brisk drive, but
No, but you know what? It's easier than it was before. I mean, you could get here in probably 10 or 12 hours driving. So, and so could Kevin. He's in the middle of us, but he has to get off the island, so it would probably
well,
take him.
once they dig them up, yeah, sure. Well, yeah.
Hey, you know what? He's going to be patient zero for the zombie apocalypse. It's good stuff. He'll be famous.
Trace it back to him. That's great. Um,
Blame
uh,
everything on.
So, and by the way, I do want to mention that ending 2018 with a shortage of booze is possibly one of the worst sins, and for me, a true epitome of this horrible year. So, as we as we wrap it up, that's another kind of reason why I wanted to do this before the year was over, because I just really want to send off 2018 with a huge fuck you, and I don't know, I'm kind of more optimistic about 2019, but then I remember I was optimistic about 2016, and then after that, I had a similar reaction like this one and said that 2017 was going to be great, and then this year came, and I don't know. So what do you think? Next year better? Worse?
I think next year will be better. I think Bob's getting ready to publish some papers. I think the Dems are slightly better situated now, so I think we might have some good times. I mean, at the
I just
very
think it's
least,
sad
we'll have
that
another
literally.
good season of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I just think it's sad how if you mention at this point to anybody how you think next year will go, no one will bring up family, friends, health, job opportunities, that weird growth that they found. It's always immediately like goes to politics. It's like there's no other focus. There's no other like no one thinks that their life will improve until our political situation does. Or some people, think it's going to get worse because, their Lord and Savior might end up going to prison soon. But
Quite honestly, I don't know if he should go to prison. I think the orange jumpsuit would clash with his skin. He'd just look one color and probably would be able to easily confuse people.
he'll just blend in.
Exactly.
Oh my God, there's a huge Cheeto walking around. Uh, all right. Well, I think the only I honestly, I'm also kind of hopeful that 2019 will see some sort of remedy to our current situation, but more and more I'm beginning to think that it's just gonna have to sort of depend on us maybe finding our own reason to be happy a little bit. We're so focused on the political spectrum for the last 2 years that it's like shifted our focus away from more important things. So I'm optimistically going to try to make 2019 just better for myself in general. And one of those things is going to be, it's not, some kind of huge epic brave step, but cleaning up my social media usage, which I've been getting better and better with, starting with deleting my Facebook account last year. And now after realizing that my Twitter feed is just a stream of madness, anger, and people yelling, even people who agree with each other. That's the best part. It's just there's so many people in my Twitter stream who completely agree on things, but are still now screaming at each other over just everything. People just
Isn't
can't
that the
not be angry.
premise of this podcast?
Yeah. But so
Okay, just checking.
which is an ironic. Yes, I know. It's an ironic podcast about bitching stuff. But I'm going to be bitching about things other than politics, is what I mean. So,
Oh, okay, good.
and that'll
Good.
make me happy. It's a what you call it? It's a catharsis. Okay.
Yes,
So
gotcha.
in the cleansing of the soul, about more than just our country gone to hell, um, it'll make me hopefully feel better. Or
That's
maybe I'll just put up more photos of doggies and kitties. I don't know. That seems to make some people feel better on the internet. Hmm.
absolutely. It's what is it? Catter Day and I don't know what if there's a day devoted to dogs, but I honestly don't care. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's we recently moved here up to Rochester, so that's a new start. I look forward to warming up. I'm in biking distance of or like a short drive, and then
What
you
you say
know
you're looking forward to warming up
yes, warming up. Yeah, the
from what
temperature.
from Wisconsin?
I'm in no, just from winter. It's winter, dude. Like what the fuck?
Oh, you're looking. Oh, so you're like
Winter,
way ahead. I
spring,
thought you meant
summer.
like to like later tonight. I don't know.
No, just in general. Um, I'm looking forward to the spring and summer months when I can get on my bike and go for a good ride and stuff like that. I need a job now because I'm currently unemployed, but
Oh, what's that like?
hopefully that will go well. But we'll see.
Yeah, that was another interesting ending to 2018 for actually a surprising amount of people that I know. A lot of people found themselves without jobs at the end of the year, which is just such a great way to cap off a horrible year already.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Like just in time for the holidays, like everything's terrible, but now you also don't have money. Like, thanks. Um,
But I mean, hey, the economy is great thanks to our fearless leader. God damn it, always back to politics.
I'm telling you, that's all it comes back to. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure we're fine. I mean, we're fortunate enough where I think we'll be, okay. There's definitely some people that are going to be struggling that I legitimately feel bad for, but I don't think it's uh, fair for me to complain too much because again, in the long run, I think we're all I mean, we at least are in a position where we'll be okay. So um, I don't want to dwell too much on that. Also, think more positive.
Yes, exactly. New opportunities, meet, you know, new people, new opportunities in the workplace, new opportunities in just general meeting people. I've got some new people that I've met and can bust out some games with, and it should be good. So,
So speaking of
uh,
games, um, that's one of the things I think we want to talk about. I mentioned this to you elsewhere, but I'm actually pretty surprised but like in a positive way about the seeming resurgence of board games in general. So I don't know if I mentioned, but the biggest what's the oh my God. You can tell the Hennessy's kicking in because I'm going to start forgetting the basic names of just about everything. The biggest Kickstarter of the year happens to be a board game that is based around the King Arthur legend. And with everything else on Kickstarter, with all kinds of gadgets, and I think that's it, right? It's just basically a lot of vaporware that can, it's just like, a dildo that's also a speaker, and a speaker that's also a dildo, and that's about it, right? And some smartwatches that nobody wants. And then you have board games, and apparently they've been kind of running away with it this year. And so you kind of live in that world. You play board games on a regular basis. I don't.
a
So you
semi-regular.
Well, yeah, I tried to. Yes, there was that one time. Um, yeah, I have nobody to play with. I mean, but granted, I don't search these people out. You do. So, I mean, is it generally just a more saturated thing, or like the people that you play with, have they been doing this for years, or do you see like a lot of people that are just sort of all of a sudden just getting into it? Like, hey, I'm of a certain age, or I'm of a certain whatever, or I have kids and I want to start doing this. Like, what kind of people do you typically run into and end up playing with?
So, I mean, now I actually haven't sought anyone out. The people that I play with that I've met has been like wholly organic. When we were in Milwaukee, the guy that I played with, he, like basically my daughter met his daughter, was like, hey, let's play, let's have a play date. And when I went over there, he's like, here's some tequila, and do you want to play a board game? And I was like, I love you. So
Wow, that escalated quickly.
yeah, it did. It did. It was good times.
Did you play
And
the
you
board
know,
game? Or
what?
did you
Oh
end up
yeah,
playing
we got to
the board?
that
Oh,
eventually.
I don't know how far the
Yeah, no,
romance
no, no.
went that night.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had a on again, off again 3 year romance or so, but uh,
Slut.
he had a group of people that he played with, so we would play every now and then, and it was good. And here again, it was like wholly organic. Someone that works around here was fixing something in my house and came upstairs and found like 3 or 4 shelves of board games and was like, "Oh fuck, you play games? I haven't tried this and I have tried this." So, it's honestly I can't help you other than saying, move up north.
Is
Because
it a climate? Oh,
it's
maybe it is a climate thing. Maybe like
I
it's part of like
I
this
think
weird
so,
cold hibernation thing.
exactly. But
Yeah, down here we don't really have to worry about that because it never really gets that cold. So I guess maybe people find other ways to entertain themselves. For example, I live just outside of Raleigh, and not a day goes by when you can hear people in nearby farms practicing with a variety of firearms, which is uh, I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be honest, and I'm not even about to start on a whole like Second Amendment thing, but it's just really different when we lived up north, and if you hear gunshots, you're just like, well, this is not good. But here it's just like, oh, nice to see Zeke is improving his aim. Like it's such a different climate, and it's like it's seriously like I know I've been living here for a few years, but it's so weird to just sit here and think that you hear gunshots like right down the street, and you're like, that's totally normal. That's just how life is around here.
yeah, I can't say we have that up here. So
Oh, we don't have.
and I'm thankful of that.
Well, that's the thing. It's when that it's like with a crying child. It's when the gunshots stop is when you start worrying. Like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that clip holds 16 rounds. I only heard 12 go off. Why did he stop? No way he needed to reload yet. So, have played. Are there any games that have kind of stood out that people seem to be generally drawn to? Because everything you hear about is Gloomhaven this and Gloomhaven that. And I swear to God, if I hear one more thing about Gloomhaven, I am, I'm probably going to go out and buy it. But it's just insane how many people are just raving about it. And this is like, it's been out for a couple of years now at this point.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was watching something just last night on or no, 2 nights ago on like top 10 games based on activity on boardgamegeeks.com
Oh,
and boardgamegeeks.com.
mm-hmm.
Um, there's some
Yeah, I've
guy
looked at it.
does like a recap of the top 10, and of course Gloomhaven was number one, and it has been for the last like 87 years, I think. It's I still need some people to play it with, so I have to set up a team, a
So what,
crack team.
so what have you been playing then with people?
Yeah, honestly, like one of my favorite games, and it's funny because this was a game when I first met my friend Matt in Milwaukee. Like one of the first games we played was called
Was this
Thurn in Taxis.
the tequila and chill gentleman?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, do you want to play a game about like 16th century German postal routes?" And I was like, "Fuck no!" And he's like, "No, really, try this." And it's this game called Thurn in Taxis. I don't think it's in print. I've been trying to find it.
Hold on. Burning Texas or burn in Texas?
Thurn, Thurn, und Und, Taxis, Taxis, I believe. It's German. So I should be saying like Thurn und Taxis.
Oh, okay.
But
Wow, you
it's
seem to
like
building up quite a collection of German-themed board games in your house there, man.
but so and it's about like you create postal routes through Germany and like 300 years ago or something, but it's just an awesome fucking game. Like
Wait, did you say there's Wait, is there the word Texas in there, or did I really not hear it?
Taxis. I spelled it before, but
I
yeah,
wasn't
it's
listening.
your Hennessy. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Taxis. Taxis. I don't
Uh,
know. I should look it up in Google Translate and
let's
see
not.
exactly what the translation means, and then I could just call it that, and you'll understand. But it's just good Euro game. I enjoy the the engine building games. I played. I picked up the latest Mission Mars, Terraforming Mars expansion the other day, the colonies, and played Terraforming Mars again. And it's fun, creating like that engine, like Power Grid and stuff like that. The Euro games are fun. There's a new one that's new, few months old. Oh shit, what's it called? Like Teotihuacan or something like that. The theme of the game is basically you're in ancient Egypt and you're creating a pyramid, but just the strategy behind it is great, and it's like 2 to 4 player. You're going to be spending 2 or 3 or 4 hours on this, depending on how much you're drinking. But it's the big
so the
engine
longer
building
end of that.
games. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm not into the 10-minute trivia crack shit, but I like
Oh,
the.
oh. Speaking of which, sorry, I got dragged back into that stupid freaking HQ thing. The oh Jesus, what is it called? The quiz show that they have, the HQ thing, where you log on your smartphone.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry. I would
wait,
quit
no,
the podcast.
no, wait, hold on, wait, let me explain before so you can gather more hate from me. So they launched a new they have various games now. So they have the HQ trivia thing, which I stopped playing like last year because it got obnoxious, annoying, and well, okay, let's face it, I wasn't winning anything, so I got bitter and deleted it. But then they added a new one now, which is called HQ Words, which is sort of like it's kind of sort of a combination of Hangman and Wheel of Fortune. So they give you like a clue, and then you pick letters, and then if you pick three incorrect letters, you're eliminated from the game, and you try to obviously guess what the answer is. Um, it's actually kind of good, better maybe. All right, I think Jerry left, and I'm just sitting here by myself, trying to justify my own
I'm
existence.
sorry.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I spaced out there, dozed off a little bit. Were you explaining
no,
something?
no. I'm sorry. Okay, I just wanted to admit, I just want to own that fact and say that I have returned to playing that horrible thing. And the problem is because it's not a different app; it's just a different game within the same app, and there's notifications. So of course I got pulled into playing the original SQ Trivia, and I'm back to hating that and just being generally angry about it. But I apologize. I digress. Please get back.
Can
Tell me
no
about
no 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 no. Oh wait wait. I want to investigate this a little bit further. Who pulled you into this? Who physically forced you to do this, other than your own poor
Oh,
decisions?
my own lack of character is just my
Oh,
own
okay.
like fault. Yeah, no, this is my own fault. I'm not blaming anybody. I tried to, but it obviously very unsuccessfully. So no, this was completely my fault, and I will now return. Please keep telling me about your German Scheisse video games. Would
No, it's a good game. You should look into it.
I don't
Um,
have anyone to play with. That's the only problem.
well, you know what? Maybe you should move. Maybe you should move out of the South. Maybe just call it a bad decision, and you don't have to dodge bullets, which I could,
No, no, I
only
don't.
imagine in your case is a little bit difficult. And like come up north. Okay, so it gets a little bit cold. That's what putting a fucking coat on is for. At
I
least you
don't.
have like snow and shit, and you can throw snowballs.
I can throw snowballs. I mean, they're mostly rocks, but it's the effect is the same. My neighbors still
Um,
hate me.
how many times have you like told me about like horrible like pain-inducing bugs or like
Yes,
life-threatening
it's like okay.
spiders that you
So
have down? Funny, we don't have that here.
yeah, Right. Okay. True. But you have other things. But yes, bugs down here are totally a thing. It's if you move down south, um, the heat and the insects is just something you kind of have to accept. You never really realize just how bad it is until you move down here. But oh man, we found all sorts of interesting critters in our backyard. Um, I don't know. It's debatable whether they're deadly per se. I don't know how many you have to eat, or I mean, get bitten by, but it's most of them kind of tend to keep to themselves. Having said that, I did almost burn down half the siding on my house trying to chase down one black widow, but you'll be happy to know I got her.
Wow, you sound like the poster child for, like Visit North Carolina. I'm packing my bags to come and visit with that glowing review there.
Well, I mean, I replaced the siding. It's fine now. But yeah, I singed the hell out of the side of my house. And it was funny
Just
because it's one of those things where where my wife was like, "Look, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it." Because I'm terrified of spiders. I'm a complete coward when it comes to insects and mostly spiders. Like I will jump on the table and scream in the highest pitch as possible if there's like a daddy long legs within a quarter mile of me. But this thing, I decided to be a man, and I grabbed the manliest thing I could find, which was fire and a spray can of something I didn't look at too carefully. And I just
highly
started charging
flammable.
in as she's screaming, "No, no, let me handle this. I got this." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I will take care of this one." And that thing they're surprisingly fast. And but by the time you aim the spray can, granted, I probably wasn't sober, and by the time you spray, and by the time it lights on fire, the thing is already like halfway around the corner, of your house. So, I mean, I think I got it. I had to. There was so much damage done to the house. That thing had to die.
It laid babies somewhere, and like when you're sleeping, they're all gonna drop on you from your ceiling or whatnot.
Oh no, they nest in our fireplace. We have a not a real fireplace. We have one of those gas ones. So in our living room, you see just the front of the fireplace, this glass metal cover thing, and then it sort of like sticks out into our backyard. Well, that section sticks out in the backyard. They're absolutely 100% nesting in there because like if we like turn it on and it gets too hot in there, like they come out to play.
And
and
by
that and
play,
that's
you mean kill you.
right. No, well, yeah, sort of, but like to them it's playing. And then again, you just have me running at them with fire and spray cans, and my wife begging me, please don't burn the entire house down. But it's the only way to be sure. She doesn't understand that. If I have to sacrifice everyone in this place to kill a few spiders, that's what you have to do.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? You like burn your house down and say, "Oh shit, we need to move somewhere," and we'll move north where there aren't man-eating spiders.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the insurance company is gonna love that story. No, 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 you don't understand. There was like three spiders, sir. No, where do I sign for to get my check? That's great.
Oh, I didn't know that the spray can said flammable. Excuse me.
Alcohol is flammable. Um, so yeah, so what I'm doing with spiders. All right, so I think yeah, I think I just need to be more proactive and just find people to play with. We have really nice neighbors, but they all seem to be focused on like family time and stuff like that. None of them seem to be too much into board games.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
Family time. I mean.
yeah, I mean we already lost Kevin to that, so yeah.
Well, you know what? One thing you could actually do is agree to a time to, drive a few hours for boys' night. We could have our weekend if we could actually get Kevin to get on board with that. If
You
not, well,
can't,
you know what? If not, fuck him. Then it'll just
dude.
be you and me.
You can't put Kevin in front of a microphone for a couple of hours to say a few words with his friends. You think you're gonna get him into a car to drive to participate in any form or fashion? That's adorable.
Well, yeah, hey, one can hope.
Yeah. Well, so that's by the way. So because of the lack of board games, I've been trying to play. Been focusing on the games of the electronic kind, and there I'm stuck as well because um, as you know, I'm stuck in a place where the people that I actually want to play with are PC gamers, where I am a simpleton um, with my little Xbox here, and for some
You're
reason,
so cute.
so my only option is I play some online games against people half my age who, have half the years but twice the wisdom and the skill.
And
So
they pwn you, as the kids say nowadays.
do kids still say that? Do people still
I
say
don't know. I don't fucking know.
I've been turning off my mic and everything else when I play because they say horrible things about me. And like, here's the thing: like, they don't have to keep reminding me that I suck. Like, I know that I suck. Like, I don't understand why. Like, it's like every round we play, it's like, dude, what are you doing? I don't know. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just shooting at things, possibly, my own shadow or reflection, and I'm not helping the team in any sort of fashion. But that's my charm. Why can't people appreciate that? Or why can't my so-called friends just finally just accept the fact that PC gaming sucks and you can just play with your wonderful friend on your Xbox?
Well, my friend could get me an Xbox for Christmas or something.
Yeah, but Kevin's an asshole. He's not going to do that.
I know.
Jerk. Hate that guy. So there's a bunch of really cool games coming out in the spring that I was legitimately looking forward to. But then I'm stuck with a couple of options. Either I play by myself, I play with people who apparently have all fornicated with my mother, or or I play with people who I sort of know but aren't nearly as much fun. And I can say that because they'll never hear this. Because if they do, they'll know exactly who I'm talking about. So I mean, there's only really one way to remedy this problem. Jerry, you have to buy an Xbox.
Okay. I'll get right on that. And my wife would really appreciate that, especially considering the fact that I don't currently have a job and I'm buying game consoles.
But if you sell your incredibly expensive purple glowing PC, that'll more than make up the cost of your new shiny Xbox.
Oh yes, and I'm sure my Xbox will excel in all of the places where my PC does. So hold on, I'm okay. Wait 1 second. I'm trying to do simple math here, and you have at least two friends that I know of that are supposed to be on this podcast that are PC gamers, and let's see, carry the one multiplied the derivative of. Oh, you're the only one that uses the Xbox.
Yeah. So.
So.
But I'm the leader, so you guys have to
Okay.
You guys have to respect the leader. Yeah, that's how that works. You have to respect your elders.
Gotcha. Wait, you're the youngest.
Am I really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh no, so I have to respect you? Oh god, that's gonna be hard. Ah, oh, damn it. I definitely need more Hennessy for this shit.
Oh man, I have to go downstairs, and I don't know if my headset's going to go down that far.
Oh well, how about this? How about this? Then we'll just pause here for a minute, and then while you get another drink, we'll just put in a message from one of our sponsors.
Oh, for a new what are those things?
I don't know.
Mattresses?
I've been plugging Hennessy for half this damn podcast. Can they throw us a couple of bucks? Jesus Christ. It's Hennessy privilege, by the way. It goes down smooth and it comes out burning. No, that's terrible. Hold on. I'll think of something. Back.
Okay. I'm going to go downstairs and I think like family members just came by or something. So I'm going to refill this, and there will be other people on the on the sound, or maybe I'll just mute. Hold on 1 second.
All right, Jerry, welcome back. What did you come back with?
I refilled my rum and coke. Okay, it's not exactly rum and coke.
Wait, what happened to the apple cider jubilee?
Well, I finished that one too.
Oh, okay.
I'm enjoying the Kraken. So this is rum and Coke, but the Coke is vanilla Coke, so it's very tasty. It's I'm in the whole holiday vanilla sweet kind of
You said, are you an eggnog person?
I do enjoy eggnog. Yes, I
Oh,
do.
God damn it. Oh, you're my wife, and I don't understand it. It tastes like regurgitated rotten milk. How can you drink it?
I guess I enjoy regurgitated rotten milk then.
Oh, damn it. That's
I
what nobody says. Like, nobody puts up a fight about it.
don't know.
Like, anytime I'm
It's
like, it tastes
tasty.
like shit, and they're like, well, I guess I like the
No,
taste of
man.
shit then. I don't know what to tell you.
It tastes like good shit. You put a little nutmeg in that.
So it's like
Dude,
nutty shit. Oh, God.
yeah. Oh my god, do you know the nutmeg song?
No.
Oh my god, you have to.
Oh,
Okay,
scrambling from the mute button.
search. No, 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 no. It's all good. It's done by John Legend, and it's probably the greatest song ever created.
I'm sorry,
Um,
what's it called?
I don't know. It's nutmeg, I guess.
By John
It's
Legend.
well, I don't know if he wrote it. It was a song that John Legend played
Okay, so it's a
on.
song that which name you're not
Oh,
sure
oh,
of,
oh my god,
sung
just shut.
possibly by John Legend or someone else, and you want
Can
me to look it up.
can I get a word in edgewise here? So several years ago, a man by the name of Stephen Colbert, maybe you've heard of him, had a
I've heard it
Christmas
talk.
special, and on that he had John Legend do a nutmeg song, and it's probably the greatest holiday song ever created, and I cannot grate any form of nutmeg or any amount of nutmeg without this song playing in my head. And it just you
Did
have
you
to
know
listen to it
nutmeg? Did
if
you
you
know
could
nutmeg can get you high?
really.
Yeah. Apparently, if you consume enough nutmeg, and it has to be a substantial amount, nutmeg will make you high. There's a drink, I think it's called nutmeg tea, I believe it's called, and it used to be rather popular.
Wow.
Um, that you dump a whole bunch of nutmeg into your tea, and yeah, apparently it has some traits of, I don't know what kind of high it is. I'm not sure if it's like a hallucinogenic high or if it's just a chill kind of like stone high.
Oh,
Um, but yeah,
I'm gonna have to look into some nutmeg.
yeah, I've always kind of wanted to try it, but then I kind of just cowered out of it.
You didn't have enough eggnog to put it in, or
Yeah, I'm afraid like I'll eat a whole bunch of nutmeg and then like I'll start like seeing a bunch of spiders crawling everywhere, and Kiri will just come home to like a heap of ashes that used to be our home with me sitting in the middle of it with a torch and a spray can going, I found the nutmeg.
you'll just become like the saddest kind of junkie ever. You'll be wandering the streets homeless, being like, "Hey man, do you have some nutmeg?" And they'll be like, "What the fuck, man? I have heroin and cocaine, but
What you mean meth?
nutmeg?
No, no, man, I don't want.
No, no, I need nutmeg, nutmeg. I got a grater, man. I got a grater. I just need a couple of nuts, man. Just give them to me."
That's gonna create a whole different kind of scenario. I don't It's just like a downward spiral. It starts with nutmeg, and before you know it, I'm just licking all sorts of nuts in the subway.
Yeah, onto like real cinnamon, like the cinnamon bark, not like the powdered shit that you find in the stores.
Yeah, most, the most boring episode of Breaking Bad ever.
Well,
Liquid
speaking of,
treats.
so I started and I haven't watched it. I know that like Bird House or Bird Box or whatever the
Oh
fuck it
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Netflix. So I started watching it last night and I got through like a half an hour or 45 minutes of it.
So I can't even talk about it. Damn it! I was gonna spoil the shit out of the movie, but now you're actually watching. I can't say anything. Or I mean, I could just be
No, no,
annoying.
I mean, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not that
No, but I
that.
want you to finish it. I'm legitimately curious what you think of, because I actually, and I know this all has to do with expectations of you have of like shows and movies when you go in, but like I expected it to be horrible, and you know, it was better than I expected. So I have a positive opinion of it overall. Although I'm
Oh,
sure it's
okay.
not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination, and there's no like oh my god like moment of it, and it has sort of a cheesy ending in a sort of kind of usual horror movie way.
Uh-huh.
But wait, well, hold on. I guess I can. All right. Well, I guess we can at least discuss the part you did see. How far did you get?
Good question. I got to the part where the the guy that owns the house was just sitting down and was going to watch the video feeds, and they were
And that's where
like,
wait. That's where you stop, so you don't even know what happens when he watches the camera feeds, right?
yeah, I don't
Oh,
know what happens. Like he was looking at the camera, and like they were
wait.
doing dramatic zoom ins, and
How
then
do you
I was
stop? Hold
just,
on. How do you stop at such a dramatic part of the movie? Like, how do you consciously go, okay, this is a good place to stop?
well,
You're the guy
because
like
it was
watching The
like
Shining.
1:30 a.m. and I was like in my recliner, and I had a nice quilt on me and a few drinks, and all of that was adding up to like you're cozy and all the lights were off, and I was kind of just dozing off, and I was like, shit, you know what? What's going to happen is he's going to start staring at the camera. Nothing's going to happen. It's going to be like we're trying to build something up and make it look, make it suspenseful. I'm going to fall asleep, and then I'm going to wake up in an hour where like the whole crux of the movie comes together, and I'm going to know the ending before I watch like everything in the middle. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a responsible adult
But
and
why
turn
didn't
off
you?
the
But
movie
hold on. But
now.
why didn't you just make it to a part that's calm? It's like watching The Shining and getting to the part where Jack Nicholson's head bursts through the door and he screams, "Here's Johnny!" And you go, "Well, here's a good time to go to sleep."
No, there was no action. The guy was like sitting in a chair. He's like, "Oh, I'm bound, but it's like I just did that so I don't murder anyone, and I'm gonna stare at a screen and look, it's a shot of a park, and it's
Okay.
an extended shot of a park, and
So you didn't get that
nothing's
far at all.
happening."
You just got to the part where John Malkovich is being an asshole to everybody, and including that Asian guy, and then yeah, and then I can't
Well,
even.
he was like, you know what? I don't have a problem with you and your husband, but just the glass house that you were going to build here. So, it wasn't that he was like anti-gay. He wasn't saying that you couldn't have a wedding cake.
Yeah, they
He
try
was
to make him
just
sort of like a jerk, but like he's like that typical like asshole, but with a heart of gold kind of thing. But he's still
Mhm.
an unlikable prick. So it's not like he finds any sort of redemption by the time this movie is over.
But he's
Well,
John Malkovich,
maybe
so
a little.
it's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, John Malkovich is at an age and a point of his career where he just plays, John Malkovich in every
Yeah.
movie, like just like what's his name, uh, little help, that other actor that's in movies.
Oh, okay. That narrows it down.
Uh,
Can you be a little bit more specific?
no, because I'd like to remember the name of the movies he's in, and I'm completely blanking on that as well.
Okay, here, are you in front of a computer? Type in imdb.com.
Wait, what was that name again?
Yeah, okay.
um, he was in Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter. Oh, okay. That narrows it down because,
No, the
like,
movie's called Deer Hunter. He wasn't a
I,
deer hunter.
I know that. I'm just like, when was the last time I'm on Netflix. Let's watch Deer Hunter.
Hey man, that's a classic movie, and I only fell asleep about 10 times through it. By the way, it's an American classic that's absolutely unwatchable. Christopher Walken, there you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like Christopher
The
Walken in every movie is just Christopher Walken. He doesn't play a
Right.
character anymore. They're just like, and this scene has Christopher. And why they give his character names at this point is completely beyond me
Yeah.
because it's just like in this part, Christopher Walken, shoots somebody in the face.
Wasn't there a commercial, like a Super Bowl commercial, like a couple of years ago, that like the wife is like, "Oh, did you use the walk-in closet?" And there's like Christopher Walken in their closet. It's a
Are you sure it
fucking
wasn't
genius
William
commercial.
Dafoe? Because I could have sworn there's a similar
No,
commercial.
no, no. That
It's
was
like William
that was
Dafoe's under your bed. That
that
might have been a
was
Family Guy moment though.
no. This was a walk-in closet, and it was Christopher Walken. It was great.
Oh, because walk-in. God, that's terrible. It's a walk-in closet. God,
Oh,
this is why the world is just
it's going down
needs
the
to
tubes.
burn. Yeah, just because of
It
shit
just
like that.
like when you nowadays when you see those those movies where or shows where the bad guy is like, I'm going to wipe out 90% of humanity to start the world anew. You're like, how can I help you, man? Because like it's shit. You
Yeah,
know?
I sympathize with those people. Like, I think a lot of people watched the last Avengers movie with Thanos, wiping out
Uh-huh.
50% of living things. And there was a lot of people in the theater who were like, yeah, no, I get it. Like, dude, like if I could, I totally would. Like,
Thanos
wait,
is blue. I'm
yeah,
I'm
they're like, wait, hold
behind
on,
him.
he's the villain? Oh, I thought he was the hero. Oh. Why is Captain America trying to? Oh, I get it. No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Wakanda, don't do it.
Thanos is blue. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, and like, uh, damn it. This is
He's the blue wave we're waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, you watch like disaster movies and you watch like these gigantic waves that wash over cities or like volcanoes that melt towns or, earthquakes that swallow up entire members of the Rock's family while he's helpless to help. Sorry, still having PTSD from San Andreas. But anyway, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, they kind of had it coming. I mean, they're human beings. They're
But there's
they're not.
always that but, like, oh, the asshole that cut me off today on the way back from the store. I'm like, you know what? If giant flood came by and like sucked you up, I think I'd be okay with that.
We seem to turn on people very easily. We kind of like look at some of these things and saying, man, that'd be terrible. But then, yeah, if they do something terrible, like get in front of us in line or something like that, or they take too long at the post office, we just think that the most horrible fate that could possibly beset them is totally
I,
justified.
yeah, I know.
Like,
It's
yeah, I don't care if you have to watch your family die. How dare you try to use coupons in a grocery line in front of me? Yeah. Well, that's the
oh,
thing.
okay.
Well, no, speaking,
Or
so I'm sorry.
volunteering for Human Centipede
Yeah.
2.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay, yeah, we need an entire episode just about Human Centipede because not enough people have seen those amazing movies. And much like finding and I'm being unable to find people to play board games with, I can't find anyone to watch Human Centipede movies with because, it's a particular brand of entertainment.
So you keep going back to I can't find anyone to do this and do that, and so I'm just checking my notes here, and the last few times, I've gone to visit you.
You're
So
oh, you're a
that
good
begs
guy.
the question: when are you coming up to visit me?
Hmm. That's an interesting question. And I will get I'll definitely get back to that at some point. But that doesn't really solve my problem. See, visiting friends and family, you can do those things, but I mean doing those things on like a regular basis. So, like for example,
Well,
you
baby
guys,
steps. Baby steps. Let's
well,
do
no,
them
it's not
like
baby
once or
steps. That's
twice a year.
but the,
Yeah, I think we've
but that's
baby
technically
steps.
a baby step in the wrong direction because I'm not looking for people locally to do these things with. I am instead wasting. I'm sorry, I meant spending time visiting the people I already know that I can't do those things with, on like a weekly or monthly basis. So it's kind of like a cock tease. You do this like once a year, and then you what? Just sit around for the next year and not do those things?
Well, no,
That's a
see,
terrible
then you're
solution.
like, oh, when I go up north, I can do X, Y, or Z. I should just, move up north and not live down south with the bullets whizzing by and the man-eating spiders and everything like that. So then you move up north and you live a happy, fruitful life here. And I have, a third person to play Gloomhaven with.
Hey, you know what I just realized? You don't even yet know why that movie is called Bird Box. You haven't gotten to the part where they explain why it's called Bird Box.
Well, I know they have birds in a box. That was like
Well,
right in the
okay.
first like
Right.
5 minutes of the movie when
That's
she was bugging out. She like, put some birds in a box. So I
oh,
have,
you do see that in
I'm
the game.
sure like the
Okay.
birds will be able to like find out whatever the fuck is like driving people crazy when they look at it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, yes, the birds are obviously important since it's called Bird Box, but so just be prepared that there's a lot in this movie that's never really explained.
Oh,
It's
so it's like Lost.
don't mention Lost in front of me. I just don't. It brings back a lot of bad memories and anger, the kind that I don't need to deal with right now. Let's just say if the Lost finale was in 2018, that really would have been enough to push me over the edge. Like that would have been it.
You just start strapping on the ammo, and you have like the AK-47 in
I'd go
each
to my
hand.
neighbor's house
Like,
and just raid his attic and just
oh,
go.
nice.
Yeah, it's horrible. But yeah, no, it is not like Lost. Nothing is as bad as Lost. But it's it's also very in a way similar to A Quiet Place, which you said you didn't see either, or you did
I
see?
did not see that. But I know that basically it's like about aliens that eat people when they hear them, or
Yeah. So the exact I think opposite happened with me in A Quiet Place, where because of all the hype and all the praise, I expected A Quiet Place to be a really great movie, and I actually ended up really hating it because I just thought it was nonsensical and stupid. Uh,
uh
and this is somebody who really likes what's his name, Josh
M.
Krasinski.
Night Shyamalan. What?
No, but no, that's sort of an M Night Shyamalan thing. It's like it's like a worse Signs, which is saying a lot. Actually, that's the thing. Both Bird Box and none of this makes any sense because Bird Box and A Quiet Place are technically worse versions of Signs, and I hated Signs and I hated A Quiet Place, but I like Bird Box, and nothing makes sense anymore.
No, I mean, could anything be worse than Signs? I saw that movie, and all I remember was like some fucking alien race that has the ability to transcend time and space and travel throughout the universe, which, if you really understand it, is
Which I don't.
vast. And to get from one place to another, you have to have such incredible technology and such understanding. You either have to, you have a generation ship where you like load up with people of your race, and you're like, you know what, 87 generations from now we'll land on this planet, and we'll be able to start a new life. Or you can actually physically bend time and space to your will, and which must take a fuck ton of energy. So like you have to be like, what is that, a fuck, type 2 or type 3 civilization. Well, like I don't even remember what it's called, but like Cardian or something like that. But I don't know. But
A lot of
so
thought has went into this.
oh my god, don't even start. So like this alien race like travels to the one planet that's covered 70% in shit that makes their flesh melt off.
Yeah.
And not only that,
Oh, like you mean Mel Gibson's? Yeah, I know.
yeah, but they're
Or
trying
worse.
to get to these people and eat these people or kill them or whatever. And like
Well, they
fucking
never actually
Kevin,
explain their motivation.
Kevin,
They never explain their motivation. That's the
no,
thing.
no.
They sort of
But
just
not
pop up.
only that, not only that, we haven't even gotten to that point yet. Not only that, they're trying to get through this door, but fucking Kevin left the crowbar in the other spaceship. So like this they can't get through an old, like, 100-year-old locked door.
Yeah, you
Like
know what's funny?
they,
Yeah, he does kind of get. Well, that's
they,
because they're naked. They don't bring it. That's the thing. Like you don't know if it's an invading race or if it's a bunch of just drunk alien teenagers who just crash landed on Earth and all their I don't know, maybe all their clothing burned up in the car and they're just trying to get they're trying to find what they need to get back home. You don't know. They never explain what's going on with these aliens. They just sort of pop up from time to time on like these homemade uh, films that people share on the news and somehow they wind up on this guy's farm doing something or other. But you never actually know why they're there or what they're doing.
it's it's so bad on so many levels. I just it I take it as like a personal affront to myself, and then I have to like go watch a John Wick movie to feel better about my
Well,
life.
that makes the world a better place in general. But that's the thing. So all these movies are kind of similar in that regard, in so much that they don't really explain what these things are. So like a quiet place, like, are you planning to see a quiet place, or can I just ruin it at this point?
I was planning on seeing it, but I mean, you're welcome to ruin it because I think I already know, most of what's going on there. So
You know what? I put these. Okay, so okay, both a quiet to me, a quiet place, and to even a bigger degree, Bird Box, and like to somewhat Signs are close. Are I'm sorry, a combination of like Signs and did you ever see Shyamalan's other movie, Happening?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's one of his
Doesn't
most
sound
ironic.
familiar.
One of his most ironic movies because it's called like The Happening or Happening, and it's 2 hours
Nothing happens.
nothing happening. Yeah, it's 2 hours or 90 minutes, however long, of Mark Wahlberg looking at trees waving in the wind, and that's it. It is the most it it is the most insulting movie you will ever see because it makes you sit in a theater in your house and watch what is effectively a screensaver of trees in the wind with an occasional dumb look from Mark Wahlberg, and then the movie just ends, and that's it. I
It sounds like the U-log that I put on when we had like a little gathering, like for
Right,
Christmas.
exactly.
It,
Like I said, it's
it
basically
was like Jesus
it's basically a
drinking
screensaver,
wine
right? Yeah,
with a U-log for an hour.
right. So basically, M Night got so cocky because he had one and a half good movies that he decided he can just do whatever he wants, and the result was movies like Signs and The Happening. Now, for the most part, films like A Quiet Place and Bird Box learn from his mistakes, sort of, but they still retain some of those qualities. Whereas they don't really they kind of they try to make it so you're sort of in the shoes of these people where they don't know what's going on, so you don't know what's going on. There's no real like ex machina moment in either movie.
Mhm.
But for some reason, Bird Box almost leaves so much of it out that it's a simpler movie, so you're less angry at it. Whereas with A Quiet Place, they try to sort of make sense of everything, and they try to put certain mechanisms in there, including where they actually try to like fight back against these aliens. And that's, I think, the part where it becomes completely ridiculous. Sort of like when they figure it out, when they're like, oh, we know what their weakness is now, and it's like found completely by accident. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh, I didn't know that the only thing that could kill these aliens are red Jolly Rangers, but I just happened to have some, and I accidentally spilled some, and the aliens tripped on them and fell on them and melted into a pool of their own blood.
See,
That's
I would have thought it would have just been flatulence, like whatever gas is in
no,
actual
ironically, flatulence.
flatulence.
No, that's the thing. See, it's funny you
No,
mentioned
because
that.
that would have been
Yeah,
funny because then that's it, like unless you can like produce a SBD on command, then you're making the sound that
and I
drags,
can.
attaches or attaches attracts the aliens.
Well, that's the
So
thing. So that's the thing. That's one of the many plot holes of A Quiet Place. First of all, how the hell do these people keep themselves from not making any noise at night, like while they sleep, like snoring? Second of all, they expect them to believe that every survivor on this planet has never farted, because that would immediately attract the aliens and like to kill them, amongst a ton of other random noises that they could make. But mostly it's the farting that really kind of confused me.
I think that would be a good plot point, like a good way to fight the aliens, like just fart. It's
I,
good times.
I mean, it keeps
I
people
think we
away.
should rewrite it. We should reboot A Quiet Place. The Cherry and Skippy version.
As long as we film in a nice open airy space, yes, please. Well,
Yeah. There's so many good movies that really suck.
yeah, well, yeah. I have to stop listening to people in general. Like I know everyone said that Spider-Man is good, so I'm giving my
The Spider Verse, dude. Okay,
yes,
that was awesome. I mean, like
yeah. There's people
everything
that said A
about
Quiet
it.
Place was awesome.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the Spider Verse was awesome. Just like
Yeah,
the
but
writing.
you and I have had disagreements on movies before.
Like what? Wasn't our first date to the first Avengers movie?
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Was it Avengers? Okay, that was a good one. That
Yes.
was a good way to start a friendship.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we met. Yeah, that's right. The first thing is we went to see. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that was
Yep.
a good one. Huh.
Yep. You brought someone else because you weren't sure if I was gonna murder you and
Well, you
use
were.
your skin.
Yeah. Well, and my mother taught me about strangers on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was a good start. And then we discovered Firefly, and that we had that in common, and all the good stuff goes the way of the dodo, and we're left with signs and Bird Box, and
I mean, there has to have been something in recent history.
we're not starting 2019 off particularly well right now, so just gonna say.
Okay.
Actually, it should be good. Orville started up again. I find that to be an amusing show.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Or I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. Orville,
No,
which I haven't seen yet.
it's good. It's good. It's on Hulu. I found out that it's on Hulu. But
Yeah, I'm not getting Hulu.
uh,
Just no. It was just not.
no.
It's just never gonna happen.
FYI, you asked what streaming services it was on. It's on Hulu. It was
And
pretty
I
good.
didn't like the answer you gave me. That's fine.
So last night's episode, I'm not really going to spoil anything major. One of the crew members is called Mocklin. He's basically the equivalent, I guess, of a Star Trek Klingon. And they urinate once a year, and it was his time to urinate. So, and I was
Speaking of not
expecting
selling the
like.
show.
Yeah.
Right.
It was good. No, everything else
That's
is pretty good.
amazing.
I was expecting them to do like an Austin Powers kind of joke where, like evacuation complete, but they went the classier route. But no, I enjoy Orville. It's done. I feel it's done really well. I would recommend it. And I'm looking forward to the next season. But what I'm really looking forward to the next season of, which I think starts within 2 weeks, is Future Man. I hope.
Yes, that I am
they
actually
can-
looking forward to.
Yeah, I hope they can do like season 2 is as good, or half as good. Geez, even if it's half as good as season 1. Season 1 was
As long as Walt is on
amazing.
there, it's going to be amazing.
So yeah, that was good. If anyone out there hasn't seen Future Man yet, please.
Wait, is it also on Hulu?
I think Future Man is on Hulu.
Oh, God damn it. All right. If you're listening to this, don't watch it. Hulu needs to die. It just needs to die. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hulu just is the worst.
I
don't even know why. I can rationally explain why I hate it. I just do.
It's only $5.99 a month for 1 year.
Yeah, but it's $5.99. But then like you still have commercials unless you buy a different. They've got like 3 different tiers where like there used to be a free version where you could watch stuff with commercials. Okay, fine. And then they decided they don't want to be a YouTube competitor, and they said, okay, there's going to be a paid tier, but then the lower paid tier still has commercials, and then there's like a second tier which has no commercials for most of the shows, but commercials for some shows, and then there's like a higher tier where there is no commercial. I don't understand. I can't keep track of it.
Wow, what the fuck? I'm looking at this right now. It says get 1 month free, then starts at $5.99 a month for 1 year, and then they have 7 days free, and then $40 a month. And
40?
even then it says 40,
Wait,
40,
40?
$39.99 a month, and it says get unlimited access to the Hulu streaming library limited commercials plan. So that's even the $40 a month isn't the no commercial plan. It's limited.
Right. Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand people that get it. I know some people get it like free with who gives it for free? Doesn't like AT&T give you Hulu for free or something?
I don't know.
Every cell phone plan now gives you free. Like with T-Mobile, you get Netflix. And I think with AT&T you get I think you either get a discount or you get a subscription to Dish, because they bought Dish, and I think they used to give you Hulu. I don't know, I can't keep track. And then I think the only one that doesn't offer you anything now is Verizon. Um, because they used to have Go 90, which was their YouTube competitor, which, believe it or not, tanked. Which was hard to believe. Um, which is also, by the way, it's interesting because this whole thing really backfired on them. So you know how Verizon is, much like AT&T and T-Mobile and everybody else, all the other carriers have been working furiously for the last 2 years to kill net neutrality.
Yes.
So one of the reasons they wanted to kill it is because they don't want to be just basically they don't want to provide just dumb pipes for us to get internet. They went out and bought and spent a bunch of money to create either partnerships or to purchase content creating platforms. And the whole point was that they were going to lure users in by zero rating that content. So
Right.
right. So now Verizon, one of the companies that has spent has spent possibly the most money trying to kill net neutrality, is now actually kind of fucked because AT&T and T-Mobile, and who, by the way, they're merging with Sprint, so it's pretty much just going to be AT&T and T-Mobile at this point as their main competitors. They're now able to zero rate content that they own or at least partnered with, like in T-Mobile's case, and Verizon has nothing. So Verizon has eventually become just like a provider of nothing but service with no content, and the other ones now have a leg up on them because of this. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, I'm happy to be a T-Mobile subscriber.
Nobody's happy to
Plug.
be a T-Mobile subscriber.
I've been
happy. You can be content.
I've been content with their service for several years now. So.
Right. And I'm sure you totally don't have to carry a T-Mobile antenna with you everywhere you go just to get a signal.
I don't, but I am looking forward. Disclaimer, I don't, but I am looking forward to getting a phone that supports the lower frequency bands to be able to get signal like out in the in the deliverance areas, so to speak.
Oh, you mean like where I live? That's yeah.
Yes, exactly.
She had T-Mobile for a while, and we realized it worked nowhere. And then I moved her to what is she on right now? I forget. She tried something, and that was crap. And I think right now she's on Republic Wireless, which I misunderstood. I thought Republic Wireless does the same thing as Google Fi does, where it jumps between T-Mobile and Sprint, depending on what's stronger. But that's not the case. Apparently, they just send you a SIM card that's either a T-Mobile SIM card or a Sprint card, and you're just stuck on that carrier for, forever.
Huh.
And I have a bad feeling that they sent her a T-Mobile SIM card because
So
right back to not working anywhere.
So, like, do you need a dual SIM card? Like, it is seriously, if you had a dual SIM card phone, would it switch between them? Would it work better?
I don't know. I can't understand how any of that dual SIM stuff works because they don't really have that in the U.S. And actually, I apologize if I'm wrong about this, but to my understanding, the only real dual SIM phone in the U.S. right now that's just you can just go out and buy anywhere is actually the new iPhone. And actually,
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
I know my tongue almost melted. So it's it's the only one I think that can do it because no people outside the U.S. are very used to living with multiple networks, whereas here you're just kind of like stuck on on your main one. We also have a lot fewer options. That's the thing. Don't forget they're all over there on like the same towers, whereas here in this country every provider has their own, so it's harder to like bounce between providers. Now, so the new iPhone does let you do that, but I don't know exactly how that works, and apparently there's some limitations. Like you can't have like a Verizon and an AT&T SIM in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't have a CDMA one and a GSM. I don't know. It's
Right.
all really confusing.
I don't know. I guess I just haven't had any
situation
problems up north here.
I'm not moving up north, all right? I'm not moving up there for board games and a better phone signal.
What if I give you reach around too?
Keep talking.
I've got a lot of booze.
Yes, you do.
Good scotch, good bourbon, you know. I mean, I know you're lacking right now. It's
I'm always lacking. So how are you celebrating the end of the year? By the way, are you doing like
I'm
you guys staying home or are
I'm
you going
drinking.
out and
I'm staying home. I'm
supposed to do something
drinking.
different on New Year's?
No, no, you know, they have fireworks out here, but no one's really interested in going out into the cold and watching it. So and my wife is going to be in bed by like 10, so myself and my daughter will watch the ball drop in New York City, and that's it. So like last year, she had a bunch of my daughter had a bunch of people come stay over, and they had like a New Year's Eve party, and they stayed up late. Yeah, it's a beautiful sound.
Yeah, I'm
Late,
finishing up. That's it. That's
nice,
the last of
nice.
it.
But you know, we're still relatively new here. I think she's trying to scam in, trying to sleep over a friend's house, but I don't think that's working out. So I think we're just hanging out,
Yeah.
watching ball drop on the glowing rectangle. What about you?
We're kind of doing pretty much the same. I'm old and lame at this point. The days of
You're
going home.
definitely lame.
That's funny. I hate you so much. But yeah, we're just kind of staying. Yeah, we're just staying in and doing our thing. We had a similar thing for Christmas where we just sort of stayed home, celebrated together, and watched the nice twinkling lights on the tree.
That's good.
And yeah, and it's yeah, just kind of relax at home, listening to nice quiet music and gunshots. And
Nice.
I'm
Good time.
assuming that's how they will welcome the new year down here. It's our Because last year we weren't here for New Year's. We went up north to visit our family. So this will be the first New Year's we're spending down here,
Oh, nice.
in the southern part of North Carolina. So I am kind of curious if at like 12:01 you're just gonna hear like M16s just going off in the distance.
Do they realize how physics work? That you know, whenever something goes up, it unless it reaches escape velocity and enters orbit, which I doubt is happening with bullets, those also have to come down somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Generally on a
population control kind
parabolic path as to, you know, where they shot it up.
of. I mean, gravity it hasn't been really been proven by science. Kind of like climate change.
Sure.
Eh, it's probably not real. Well, we'll see how this year goes. Anyway, I think this is a good place to stop as any. It's only mostly because I'm completely out of liquor and I'm not. There's no way I'm going for more. I will point out the fact that this was generally more of a positive episodes that I anticipated. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we can at least wrap up the year on a positive note, and head into 2019 with a sparkle in our eyes. And
It was only positive based on the amount of alcohol that was consumed during
it
this
does make things a
episode.
lot better. I'm looking at this list of things that I wanted to talk about and actually legitimately complain about, and I realize I haven't gotten to any of them, which is maybe good. Maybe I
That's
can
good.
just stop doing those things. That's crazy.
No. You know, if we could get Kevin as a special guest star on one of these shows, that would be awesome.
Yeah, he did message us during the show, and I didn't read his message. He said something about he can't join us because of something or other. I don't know. I'm assuming that's you typing on his phone anyway.
Yes,
So
yes. You know, I'm spoofing his phone as
as you look at it
throw
as a
dirt on his.
taxidermied head of his head on your wall.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Dude, I'm telling
exactly.
you, pig farm, pig farm. How about this? I'll visit you up north if you bring Kevin down here. We've got pig farms.
Okay, well, we have domestic beetles here, so
I'm gonna look that up in incognito
yeah,
mode.
look it up on YouTube. You'll probably find one of my wife's videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up. Great. Let's look up Dermid. What are they again?
Dermestid.
Okay, I can't pronounce that. And apparently some kind of nutmeg video by John Legend.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so we got to think of what we're going to talk about on the next episode, because most of the stuff that I think it listed here is going to be pretty much irrelevant at that point.
What, like civilization or?
Yeah, pretty much. Our next podcast is just going to be to the people that we're huddled around a fire with.
If you're out there and you're still alive.
That way we can justify having an audience of 3. So, all right. So yeah, think of some topics. I'm definitely going to restock my bar by the next time we do this.
That sounds good.
Yeah, hopefully we will get Kevin on this.
Can we get like liquor suppliers as sponsors instead of the usual mattress suppliers?
I mean, I don't think we're gonna have like our pick. I mean, I could use some new socks.
I just threw out a sock today because it had a big hole in it. I have other socks of that kind.
That is a great story. If you ever write a children's book, there's your opening chapter right there.
I will. That's good.
All right. Well then, Jerry, you have yourself a wonderful New Year's. I will talk to you in 2019.
You too, Skippy. I will talk to you sometime next week also.
Okay. And I think that's it. See everybody in 2019.
Take care.